you know what's the correct word for a helicopter? Helicopter is one. But the correct word is a burnt meal vliegtuig. A windmill aircraft. Afrikaans has also evolved with technology. If you send your friend a voice note, what's it in Afrikaans? Even better. A back briefie. A briefie that comes out of your back. Of course, English has very descriptive, beautiful words as well. Or maybe not that beautiful, but take for instance, a long drop. It's a long drop, it makes sense. But of course, Afrikaans will go one better. In Afrikaans, a long drop, a doof. Fantastic. Great word that you can use every single day is something that's in your car. A cubbyhole. Prachtige woord, cubbyhole. But there's a better Afrikaans word. It's a klapkassie. But I will do you one better than a klapkassie. Mooi woord. A vroeteldoos. What you fruitel altyd in die doos. The thing is, you're going to be very careful when you try to translate Afrikaans. And especially when you translate Afrikaans in English. These are messy things that happen. Ek was keelvol vir die kwatte kwaad wat die laatlammetjies aanvang. I was fruitful for the cat's mischief that the late lambs were catching on. Want hy's loskop en gedra hom soos 'n seekoe. Because his loose head and behaving like a sea cow. To kramme kom met 'n papier vampier. Stapled in with a paper vampire. If you don't know what a paper vampire is, it's actually the correct Afrikaans word for a stapler. Hey, a kram machientjie. It's a papier vampier. Even if you look at food, right? For instance, ek was besig om my padkos van springmees en spookasem te eet. I was busy eating my own food of jumping corn and ghost bread. And then also when you look at animals and birds, do ek weer my verkykers sien hoe 'n perde by 'n aasvoël jaag. As I saw through my farlookers, a horse bee chasing a bait bird. Now there's one thing that I figured out. That is a very big topic when it comes to Afrikaans. And that's the fact that naturally, same as you do in English, you've got one word with a lot of different meanings. Okay? For instance, this is the topic I'm talking about. If you talk about late, okay, like your late grandma, it's oorlede, only. But if you're late for work, let's get laat. But laat is also late. Like laat you, I let you. But too late is te huur. But now here is rent. Maar rente is interest. But interest is also belangstelling. A stelling is a statement, but a bank statement is a staat. But die staat is the state. En the state of the state is die toestand van die staat. It's a talkie. Now just to make matters way worse, you get innocent, completely innocent Afrikaans words that sound like English swear words. But when I was in school, when I was in Chukerkie in school, I was still Chukerkie. When you had a subject, it's your fuck. Fuck. What's a fuck it was now? What's a fuck it was now? It's just normal things we said in grade 5. You know, if my mom should hear me and hear the talk that I talk every day, she'd give me a hoe. Hoe. Now, if you're English and your mom gives you a hoe, it's a completely different thing. Or scoreful. Not the other one, just a scoreful. That one. Or, let's say for instance, you and your friends decide, hey Ruud, let's go fishing. You go to the dam, but you've never caught freshwater fish in your entire life. You check the hooks of pulling millipitte, milliebome, or some borrel, some brandewijn. But you don't know what to choose, and you look to your friend and say, hey, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. normal to us, but maybe to someone else. And that's what we always need to remember. Just imagine yourself as a tourist in South Africa. You just come from over the seas, you landed in Cape Town, you've never been to South Africa, you've never heard Afrikaans. You go up Table Mountain, you get to the top, beautiful view, you see a local couple, the wife hands her husband a phone, she walks away, she starts posing for the picture. You remember, you've never heard Afrikaans, and you hear this woman say to her husband, "Liefie, kies my mooiste tong." Let's also not forget that Afrikaans can be confusing. But even as an Afrikaans person myself, in school, when you're learning, especially when you're now need to learn English as well, it is absolutely confusing because see is sien, but saw is gesien. So is a seesaw a sien gesien? No, it's a bit block. Because we describe it as a block. And but back to the beauty of Afrikaans. You know, there's Afrikaans words which you can't translate. It's impossible. For instance, aardstaper. You can say in English, yeah, it's uncontrollable anger. But your kids actually got aardstaper. And that's truly not the only one. Fiteriasis. Every time you go to your grandma's house and all the doilies and all the old things, it's Fiteriasis. Unnecessary decoration. But then actually my favorite one, and I do think English even needs to adopt this word. Na doors. Right? After first, na doors. And it is exactly what you think it is. It's when you wake up on a Friday morning after Puza Thursday, you've got that doors over here. It's your na doors after like a drinking session. And I mean, we're not even talking about Afrikaans idioms. But English would say, you know, if an opportunity presents itself, do it. Afrikaans, as het pap reën moet jy skep. Drink porridge, you must skep pap, you skep. But naturally, my favorite one. Oh, the food is delicious. The food is delicious. Yeah. Ek lek my lippe af. The food is so good, I'm legit licking my lips. Lap my lip off. What a beautiful descriptive language. Even if you look at just normal words. In English, oh, there's a hole in the road. It's a hole. Looks like a pot. It's a pothole. No, Afrikaans. Slaggat. An impact hole. And even just normal things like a potato. They'll argue, oh, potato. No, it's an aardappel. Because it's an apple. And the order. And even if you go buy an aardappel, in English you get some change back. Here's your change. There, copy, here's your klein geld. No little money. I gave you some big money, you give me back some little money. I have come across some very interesting Afrikaans words that I never knew. And the first one is poedelprys. Has anyone ever heard of the word poedelprys? So poedelprys is actually a thing. And it's a prize that you get for coming last. It's a poedelprys. Now naturally I will never get a poedelprys. If you ask my ex-girlfriend, I'm always the first one to come. A lot of consensual adults come together and they do something naughty. Now the Afrikaans word for that, there's actually a few, but it's not all of them. It's actually my favorite word. It's called a groep voeps. Like a groep voeps. Right? Die hele groep maak 'n voeps. The biggest concentration of people that like the groep voeps is in George. That was a shocking discovery. And what I especially love about South Africa is the languages and the cultures. And how we've all sort of mixed them together. Even in Afrikaans, you have words that come from the Khoi. Two of them spring to mind. Firstly, gogga. A gogga, an insect. Afrikaans is the only language where you can tell your Betty that she's an insect and she won't clap you. Then Another word is dacha. Dacha is actually a Khoisan word. And it's very interesting to look at the origins of words. But the one that, for the life of me, I've been searching for over a year, I have no idea where this actually comes from. It's a word used by most South Africans. Away. Where does the word away come from? No one actually knows. And it's such a nice word to use because there's so many different meanings to away. And it all just depends how you say it. Okay? If you want to say yes, away. Away. But if you want to greet your pal that you haven't seen in a long time, you go, hey, away! But then you can also use away to mean, I understand. Ek verstaan. Away. Now you understand 100%. And then let's not forget that away. And this is actually, I thought, very stupidly, this is what away comes from. And it's from awesome. I thought it was away some, but it is not. I was completely wrong. Please don't tell your mates that. But you can mean it to say awesome. I want to end off by talking to you guys about, and I think most of us can agree, the most South African saying ever. And South Africans will say this even long after they leave South Africa, the ones that go overseas. And that's quite simply, now. And I know a lot of comedians have done their little skits about what now is and etc. But it's actually quite simple. Now simply means, I am currently busy with something. When I'm done doing it, I will consider doing it. And of course we all know later means never. I'll do that. I'm never going to do that. Sweet guys, I just want to say thank you very much. You guys have been great.